And the more film defensive coordinators got on him, the worse he got. Fernando Mendoza had 35 college starts. And the more film people got on him, the better he got. So we're 1 month away. There's been no football since the end of the season. It's time to nitpick the number one pick. At no time during the season, late in the season when they were both playing good teams, nobody thought Ty Simpson is better than Fernando Mendoza. What we thought is, what the hell happened to this guy? He was pretty good early. If you go to their last 6 starts between the two teams, Mendoza completed almost 75% of his throws. And that includes that Ohio State defense, that Miami defense. Ty Simpson's last 6 games with Kalen DeBoer, an excellent offensive coach, with the elite wide receivers, he barely completed 60% of his throws, 7 TDs, 4 picks. So I don't even think Mendoza is a hard evaluation. Combine Matt Ryan if he was bigger, stronger, and a little bit more mobility. So like Matt Ryan and some Daniel Jones. Now, he's bigger, stronger, with a better arm than Matt Ryan. Bigger, thicker, stronger. And he's much more accurate than Daniel Jones. Think of Andrew Luck in terms of aggressiveness. Loves to throw the ball down the field and accurate. So I don't think it's that difficult to comp. I think there are quarterbacks coming out of college that are really difficult evaluations. Dak Prescott. There's a reason he went in the 4th round. His mechanics weren't good. He didn't have a great arm. He was kind of athletic, not super athletic. You know, his accuracy, ball placement was very streaky. That was a hard evaluation. Russell Wilson, even his college coach at North Carolina State, benched him. Said, I'm going to go with Mike Glennon. He was shrimpy. I didn't know if he could see over the line. You had to roll him out. He was small. And Wisconsin had a huge offensive line. You're like, you run around a lot. I don't know if this really works. Well, he ended up being really, really good. Okay? And Dak Prescott came into the league with the Cowboys, had the best offensive line in football easily at the time, and Zeke. So that helped. And by the way, Russell Wilson came into the league, and he had the Seattle defense and Marshawn Lynch. So both got some help. Those were hard quarterback evaluations. Really hard. Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. I never thought Dak would be this good. I didn't think Russell Wilson would be that good in his prime. I don't think Fernando Mendoza is that tough of an evaluation. I think he's a thicker, better arm, stronger Matt Ryan. He's got that deceptive mobility of Daniel Jones, but he's a much better, accurate ball placement quarterback. And he's aggressive like Andrew Luck, but not as talented. He's not as talented as Andrew Luck. And like Justin Herbert, he can be a little stiff at times. But Matt Ryan was a B+ prospect, A-. Daniel Jones was a C+. I mean, Dak was like C-D. So there are surprises. But the Ty Simpson better than Fernando Mendoza. We had Todd McShay on a month ago. I'm not saying he won't go in the 1st round. I have predicted he will. Somebody will reach, and he's better than like Kenny Pickett. He's got a good arm. He moves pretty well. Here's Todd McShay on him.
What's the physical trait that's excellent, that's different? And he doesn't have the physical trait. The other part is the 15 starts, man. It's real. We've talked about it before on this show. Like, there are a couple guys who are superhuman that have 25 starts that are great in the league, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. He's not that. I put him at 13 in this mock draft. As of right now, I don't think that that's going to happen, but wait for it. Like, I've been doing this 2.5 decades. As we get closer, without other quarterbacks, someone's going to rise. And I could see Ty winning over a lot of coaches in those meetings.
Yeah. It's interesting. First off, don't forget the Mahomes obviously sat for a whole year. Josh Allen wasn't even the original starter until, whoever got hurt. And then we have the more recent quarterbacks that people were concerned about their level of starts, Trey Lance, AR, and that has not worked out too well. You all know I have said this as loud and as clear as I possibly can. Mendoza. He checks off every single box, and that where the Raiders are at right now and the decisions that they're making right now. I love everything they're doing. Truly, absolutely love. And I am not in a position to always make those types of statements. I always leave the door open because I try to always be as honest as I possibly can, and even if I know it'll annoy a fan base. And if there was at least something that I didn't like, I would say it. I'd be like, I really love this, but there would be a but. You know, I'm not here just to feed, Raiders fans or whoever, 100% positive stuff and no matter what. And honestly, I've just loved everything that the Raiders have done, even when they had to handle any of the adversity like with Crosby, etc., etc. I've loved everything they've done. And Mendoza, to me, let's say he ends up not being great. I can accept that. I can accept because you still made all the right decisions. You made all the right decisions. You didn't try to get too quirky. You weren't like, we're going to trade the number on overall pick, then we're going to go down, and we're going to do this and that, and then Mendoza ends up being great. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. That is something that would make me so angry. I rather draft someone who then ends up not being as great as you originally thought than saying, we're not going to draft him. We're going to do something different. We're going to go against the grain in that regard, and then have that quarterback working on. But well, we took a shot. We didn't think he was going to be like that. I struggle with, so to me it's Mendoza. And now I know it's funny because Colin's talking about this now, but Orlovsky has kind of hinted at this before, and now I guess Orlovsky has been a lot stronger with this take. And listen, I love Dan Orlovsky. I do. And I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I saw that he was talking about Ty Simpson with the whole, see it, trust it, let it rip. And that is something that Orlovsky talks a lot about. And I would love to know which coach kind of taught him that, because that's such a coach thing to be said, see it, trust it, let it rip. And there's a lot of truth to looking at those types of things on film where you see the throw, you have to trust it, and you throw it. See it, trust it, throw it. See it, trust it, throw it. And that any extra little half a beat really has devastating consequences. Whether you see it and it takes you a second too long to trust it, then you throw it, it's already too late. Or you see it, you don't trust it, and now you move on to the next progression or, whatever. And it really does make me think about something that Tom Brady has talked about where, it wasn't Tom Brady. It was a receiver working with Tom Brady. And I forget which receiver it was. It was definitely not, at least I don't think it was, some big superstar. I'd have to look back. I have it saved somewhere and I'd have to kind of dig for it. But he kind of talked about how it was a receiver who was, he says, working with Tom Brady was so different than any other quarterback that he's ever worked with. That for him, that Tom, that as soon as you were open he just wanted you to look at him, put the hands up and get ready for the ball, and that there was times that he would, that the receiver was running his route. Continuing his route, and Tom would just throw where it was open, and Tom would be like, what are you doing? And their receiver would be like, I'm running my route. Like, I'm going where I'm supposed to go. I'm fine, I'm following the choreography of this whole thing. And Tom's like, no, when you're open, just be there. I'm throwing the ball where it's going to be open. And, the quarterback or the receiver talked about, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but the receiver was just pretty much like any other quarterback that he's ever worked with. Always wanted the routes it done exactly. It was exactly, I want you 2 steps here, then 3. Like it was exactly so perfect. And Tom was like, I get when you're open, I'm getting you the ball, so you better be ready for it. Go where it's open. I don't care what the exact pinpoint route is. Get open. Get your hands up and get ready for the ball. And it makes so, first off, that approach alone just makes so much more sense, because it's just like, get open and I'm getting you the ball. But then it coincides with Tom Brady's big foundation, and Bill Bitch has talked about this of just like not taking negative plays and always finding positive plays, and it's just like that's what it's really kind of about. See it, trust it, let it rip. See it, trust it, let it rip. I see it, I trust it, and I let it rip. Like I'm not looking for anything better. I'm not going for broke. I'm not doing this. Or if there is a chance to, if one of the see it, trust it is taking a shot down the field, well then I see it, I trust it. I let it rip. Like no second guessing. See it, trust it, let it rip. And there when you do have that mentality, it's great. It's positive. And you're in a position to really be able to again keep moving forward on the field. And you know what I always think about with mobile quarterbacks that I've been screaming this for a while now, especially because I've seen a change in how Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen, etc. runs, and I'm just like get the 3, 4 yards and just slide. Get the 3. Like that's the equivalent of the see it, trust it, let it rip just with your legs where it's like you see a lane, you can get some gain. I don't care that maybe you could have thrown get to 3 or 4 yards. Just get the 3 or 4 yards. That's it. It's okay. 3, 4 yards then slide. If you get 3, 4 yards every single play, you're going to win a lot of games, man. Like you're going to win a lot of games. You're going to find yourselves in a lot of 3rd and shorts in which then you can pick up the 1st down or 2nd and 5. Like just get the yards when they're in front of you, right? And it's an extension of this of the see it, trust it, let it rip. And so Orlowski seemingly really loves that about Ty Simpson. And the see it is also processing what the defense is doing, pre and post, right? I really kind of emphasized more post, but then it's also pre, right? What the defensive looks are giving you, etc. Now, I know a lot of people are going to get after Dan and all of that, and I encourage people not to. I really do. And I'll be making a separate Orlovsky clip. But probably not today. Maybe tomorrow or in a couple days. We'll see what the conversations look like today. But his opinion is just solely based on film. And I know a lot of people like to dunk Anki, and I think it's unfortunate because I think he's a great football voice out there. Because I don't think he really gets involved in any of the hype. He doesn't get involved in any of the, like his takes are meant to just be like this is what I see rather than like oh I got a good one for y'all like listen up. And so this is just his opinion based on what he's seeing. And that's it, right? It's not the equivalent of Caleb Williams is going to the Super Bowl as a rookie. Like, that's not what Orlowski is doing. He's not trying to manufacture content in that regard. It's just this is what he's seen. And he's kind of laid down that foundation, for the last couple of months really. He was really just kind of like, I like Mendoza's tape, but I don't love it, right? Or, and then so he was just never has been 100% sold on Mendoza in that regard. And you can disagree with him, no doubt about it. But I feel like, yeah, I just feel like sometimes people sometimes get regular sports opinion takes confused with sports analysis. And I just think you should bring slightly different energy when you're disputing and disagreeing with someone's analysis over someone's just opinion take. Right? Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. It's like that could just be an opinion. Although I'd argue it could be analysis. But in terms of trying to draft a quarterback, I just feel like robots is bringing a little bit more analysis. And so if you want to dispute it, again, totally fair. But I mean I just think I just think some of this gets a little crazy right now. So yeah. Yeah. And I love how it just says NFL analyst calls Ty Simpson best quarterback. We can't say Orlowski by name because it's definitely Orlowski. He's the one unless there's someone else out there that's really pushing it, but to me, to my knowledge, it's Orlowski that's been, kind of on that run talking about it. So yeah, I would not take Ty Simpson over Mendoza. I'm just talk about the whole see it, trust it, let it rip. I see Mendoza, I trust Mendoza, and so let it rip. And again, Ty Simpson ends up being even better in this, that, and the third. It's something that I can accept. I cannot accept going after Ty Simpson, it not quite working, and then Mendoza just takes over. I mean, Mendoza also is just the type of person that I think you want to be the leader and the face of your franchise. I just how can you not want him to be there? And listen, some people, and I heard this before, I forget which team does it. Either LA or the new regime in Jacksonville, where they don't like to meet players. They don't want to really know players' personalities because they don't want that to get in the way of their evaluation. And I could totally see that. I really do. I totally understand that. I think that's fine for other players, not quarterbacks. Not for quarterbacks. So, I've just loved everything that I've seen out of Mendoza. And it's not to say that there's things to not like about Ty Simpson or anything like that, but it's just I don't see the reason to overthink this in this moment in time right now. So, but I still think it's still okay to talk about. It's still okay to discuss. It's still okay to unpack it. I think it's fair game. And I think that was kind of part of my problem with some of the reactions to Orlowski, is that people are kind of sometimes can disagree so strongly that they can be like, you shouldn't even share this opinion, or you shouldn't even have this. You shouldn't even say this out loud. And I'm like that, I'm never supportive of. Right? Don't. If someone has an opinion that maybe is not as popular. One, doesn't mean that you should automatically ignore it. And two, it doesn't automatically that it's done just to try to again get attention, get views, get clicks. That is no doubt used all the time in the sports world. Undeniable. And that's why what I'm trying to also encourage is like, try to look beyond that and try to just sometimes trust that okay, this person's background is not just to say the craziest, strongest, loudest, bizarre things. It's to offer analysis. Even if you disagree with it plenty, it's still just an analytical, view. So, that's just the way I'm looking at it right now. But again, I'm a big fan of Orlowski, so I'll also, defend his takes. But yeah, but those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about, I guess the conversation about Mendoza and Ty Simpson that's getting popular enough that Collins is opening up his show about it? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way it's getting some discussions. Let's get some fights. But ultimately let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.